Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 28 of the Bobcat Weekly podcast. We've taken a couple weeks off. We had kind of a down week for the March Madness or the Starch Madness tournament and then spring break, but we're back. As you guys can see, another very full table today. We've got 3 women's rodeo team members on with us today. So if you guys that don't know, my name is Keegan Torsdahl, and I'm here with
Aiden Coots
and Brady Torsdahl.
Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
I'm Haven Wolstein.
I'm Michaela Mccormick.
And I'm Faith Marshall.
Yeah, like I said, another very full table. Should be a longer episode today. I'm hoping we have a lot of good stuff to get into. Like I said earlier, some good questions from the Instagram Q&A, so get ready for those. But first rodeo guest of the Bobcat Weekly podcast, which is kind of fun. Us obviously being new and in the fall, we haven't gotten into the spring sports, so now we are. We've got a couple more rodeo shows, I think, coming up before the spring rodeo in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. And then also got other stuff going on this episode. We'll talk about sponsorship stuff and then basketball too, wrapping up their seasons, and women continuing into their WNIT season, postseason, I guess you can say. But yeah, so guys, kind of start off the show, kind of get into a little bit of interview with you guys. So kind of go down the line, however you want to do it, but just tell us a little bit about yourselves and the journey to Montana State.
Yeah, so I'm a fifth-year graduate student in the Master's of Professional Accountancy program, and I did all my undergrad here. I'm from Helena, Montana, and yeah, so I've been with MSU Rodeo for a long time and made the college finals last year, and it's been a really fun couple years being here.
I'm Michaela. I'm originally from Salem, South Dakota. I kind of made my way over here, and I won the all-around in the region last year and went to the college finals, so it's been a super good experience here at Montana State so far.
And I'm Faith, and I'm from Junction City, Oregon, and I don't really come from a rodeo background. I grew up mostly playing sports, and so I took a liking to rodeo in high school, and I fell in love with Bozeman, and it's been great. I'm a junior, so I've been here for 3 years, and I've had a great experience going to school and rodeoing.
Yeah, so obviously you guys a couple years of experience on your belts, and one thing we wanted to kind of highlight with our rodeo guests is CNFR, and you guys obviously last year putting up a big showing, both sending a lot of men and women. So kind of take us through what that experience was like and tell us all about it.
Yeah, so MSU is kind of different since we don't have the warm weather like all the southern schools, so it's a little more difficult for us to practice, but it's awesome that MSU still holds their own at the college finals, both men's and women's team. Like Cole Denton, he was reserve steer wrestling champion, and Elise McCurry she made like an awesome showing she was placing in a bunch of rounds, and yeah, she ended up really good. So we hold our own, even though we have some weather and that kind of issues to deal with. But yeah, the CNFR was a super cool experience. It was my first time going. I was reserve all around, second to her, so I got to go in breakaway roping and go tying, and that was awesome to go in 2 events. So yeah, I didn't do as well as I wanted to there, but it was still a really awesome experience.
Yeah, I think we sent 16 boys and 9 girls, the second biggest team in the nation, next to Cal Poly. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll kind of go down the line. Faith, we'll start with you, Junction City, Oregon. So tell us a little bit about your hometown and growing up.
Yeah, so Junction City, it's about 15 minutes out of Eugene, Oregon. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but really not. Cowboy Town does not come to mind when you think of Eugene, Oregon. And my parents, they don't rodeo, and a lot of in like the rodeo world, it seems like kids learn to rodeo from their parents, and that's like a big part of how people get into it. But I just played sports, and honestly, I was kind of just a horse girl, and I just wanted to rodeo. I saw it on TV. I'm like, I want to try it, and I did, and my parents supported me. And yeah, I ended up getting second at the high school national finals in the goat tying when I was a junior, and that kind of like made me realize that, I could do this in college. Like, I'm actually not that bad at it. And so yeah, no, and so yeah, I just have decided that would be my college sport, and yeah.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that like you didn't come from rodeo background. I mean, obviously, I think majority of say rodeo or even like other sports where at least one of your parents played or whatever sport we're talking about. But yeah, Michaela, for you, like it's Salem, South Dakota, right? So
yeah,
give us a look into Salem.
It's a small town. There's about 1,200 people, so it's a very close-knit community. I was one of maybe 5 kids in my high school that rodeoed, so there weren't a lot of us. But I my dad team roped, so I kind of had a little bit of background. We always had horses, so I had that there. And I started goat tying, and I really loved that. And I just kind of rolled with that all throughout high school and college. So.
Yeah. What was I going to talk about? Oh, I lost my train of thought. This is 2 shows in a row. I know I've done this. Yeah, Haven View, Helena, Montana. So that's
Right up the road.
yeah.
Yeah. No. So my mom roped, and then my dad kind of just grew up around horses and worked on a couple ranches, and so I've been around horses. And actually, who really got me into rodeo was my neighbor. He was this old boy named Elmer Nettleton, and he rodeoed his whole entire life. He was like a pro rodeo. He's a pro rodeo gold card member, and he didn't have any kids, so he kind of just took me and my family in, and he taught us everything. He got us started with his horses that he rodeoed on, and so I was really fortunate. I started roping and riding horses as soon as I could, and so I'm privileged that way that I was able to have that growing up, and I roped since I was probably like 10 and had horses since I was on a horse since I was 2, and so it's been a large part of my background. I didn't play any sports. I played like sports in middle school casually, but I'm not super athletic, so rodeo was definitely my main goal in life. And my parents are both alumni, and my brother's an alumni. He was also on the rodeo team from MSU.
Yes.
And so I'm Bobcat to the day I die. I was at the Bobcat games as a kid, and I always wanted to be on the rodeo team. So when Andy Bullich, the previous coach who I actually signed with, reached out to me, I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming.
Good. So you mentioned sports, and that was kind of my next thing I was going to bring up. So Faith, you talked about other sports growing up too. Did you guys do other things outside of rodeo growing up?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of rodeo kids honestly grew up playing sports. Like, it's a pretty big culture, but for me especially, like, that's all I did up until 8th grade, freshman year of high school. And then it got to the point where it's like, okay, you got to pick or choose. Like, rodeo takes up a lot of your time and energy. So once I got to high school and then COVID happened, I really just played basketball and rodeoed, and it was perfect because it was like rodeo fall, basketball winter, rodeo picked back up again in the spring. So yeah, that's kind of what I did in high school. And I know a lot of other girls who did that too because schedules worked out that way.
Yeah, I played volleyball and basketball throughout high school, and my late mom actually played volleyball in college and was an All-American. So I was like kind of in between there. I was like, do I want to rodeo in college or do I want to keep going with volleyball? Because I have that background too, but I ultimately really liked rodeo better. My parents were really good about being like, okay, like you can do whatever you're going to want to do, but we'll support you either way. So that was really nice.
Yeah, so kind of going back to hometowns and what?
Oh, she didn't play sports.
Yeah, oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't play sports.
I was going to say, yeah, you mentioned that, so I kind of, yeah.
Yes.
No, my family wasn't a sport. We're not a sports family.
Do not pick Haven for your basketball team.
Yeah.
That's like, actually, I'm not like the hand-eye coordination. You'd think I'd have a lot of it
Yeah.
for roping and go time, but
No.
it's just because I've been doing it for so long.
So what you're saying is rodeo is a whole different type of athleticism.
Oh,
Not,
yeah.
well, not necessarily.
But you are athletic. It's
But-
just
Athletic enough to rodeo. I have a lot of horse sense, I would say, and so I kind of get that. And the roping actually is something I have to like work really, especially breakaway roping, like work really hard towards because it's been proven to be kind of difficult for me. But we didn't play sports. My mom didn't really play sports. My dad didn't play sports. My brother definitely didn't play sports. He's actually her boyfriend. He's an engineer, and he puts up hay and he builds fence. Like he's a blue collar guy.
Just not athletic.
But no, yeah, I would say I'm athletic enough to rodeo, but I don't got a good jump shot or anything.
You know, going back to the athleticism thing, the episode we talked about with the hockey girls, one of their questions one of their teammates put in was, if you were athletic, what sport would you play? that always sparks a good conversation.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, kind of going back to your guys' hometowns. Haven, obviously we're familiar with Helena, but Michaela and Faith, for you guys, what's there to do in your hometowns? When you're not roading, what are you doing growing up?
There's a corn palace in Mitchell, which everyone talks about, but it's really not all that it's cracked out to
It's
be.
just funny that it's called corn
There's
palace.
not much to do in Salem.
Pretty
We would drive
small
around
town.
the dirt roads with the board. I always stayed busy with the horses, though, and I played volleyball and basketball, so I was busy, but there's not a lot to do in Salem.
Yeah, so small town, like you mentioned, how big is your high school, and then how big is your graduating class?
I graduated with 32 kids, I think is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the smallest
That's
that
down
we've
there.
seen?
Taylor. So Taylor Chirk on the women's basketball
Oh,
team. She's
yeah.
from Roberts. She graduated with, 12.
12. And
Maybe.
Tegan
Pretty
Erickson
small.
at 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that was the lowest.
Tegan's from
all the
Saco.
eastern
Yeah.
Montana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Yeah. Faith, for you? I mean,
Yeah, obviously, I didn't really grow up with like a small town feel. Junction City's not a huge town, but Eugene was right there next to me, and I kind of just, I mean, I grew up going to a lot of like the duck games, the football games, the basketball games, like had a lot of culture around that, and that was super fun. And yeah, I would shop a lot and go to school, and yeah, stayed busy with practicing mostly.
yeah, good. Well, so something that we like to ask our guests about, talk about every week is recruitment process. So obviously we're pretty familiar with football, obviously a majority football guest, and then basketball, but kind of have you guys take us through what rodeo recruitment looks like and coming to Montana State.
Like I said before, I was recruited by Andy Bullich, the previous head coach. He had the national team the year before, and he's an outstanding guy. He was head coach for many years and then was assistant coach even before then. He was actually on the MSU rodeo team, and he's just a great guy, and it was a club then. And so he reached out to me I saw him at a rodeo, and I knew I wanted a rodeo for him if he asked, and so it was pretty easy for me. I looked at UW and I looked at Sheridan, and then I kind of talked to the coach over at Western, but I was pretty dead set on MSU, so I don't really have much to say. I didn't get recruited by the current coach Kyle, so they probably have more to say about that.
I feel like rodeo is, a lot of people don't realize, it's a little bit more, because we're not in the NCAA. Mm-hmm. We're in our own thing, the NYRA, and it's a little bit more of like a casual recruiting process. Like there's not strict, that I know of, there's not like strict rules. Like I know like people like in the NCAA, like you can't get like talked to until you're like a junior or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, like I've had coaches DM me on Instagram. I had like, my experience here with Kyle was I just reached out to send an email. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in town. And he's like, you should come tie with the girls and get a tour. And that's what I did. And ended up committing like a few months later. And so, I mean, it was a really seamless, like non-complicated process at all. And I feel like a lot of people have similar experiences. They just kind of like start talking to a coach and then get a feel for a place and just end up kind of going to the location and the program they want to go to.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened for me too. Like I had reached out, and then I later came and visited and tied and visited the campus, and then I waited a while, but then I committed because I visited my junior year, but then I didn't commit till my senior year. So
Yeah,
Go
obviously.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Were there many requirements for this? Because I know for like NCAA, you need to have so many credits and like this and this. Was there many requirements like that to get on the rodeo team, or is it kind of just?
For all I know is you like, I mean, there's like, you have to have like a little bit of like a record going in, like
Yeah.
obviously to be on a college rodeo team, but
Especially MSU.
Yeah.
It's, believe it or not, in Montana, it's a very well-known rodeo program. We've held our own for years. And so to get on the team and maybe possibly get a scholarship, you have to definitely be one of the top competitors
Yeah.
in high school.
standout. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know about like credits and like
Or grades or
eligibility
any of
and
that.
stuff. I think you just have to get accepted to the school.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
academic requirements.
Yeah, just apply and get accepted, as far as I know.
Yeah, definitely a different look for recruiting. I mean, you can probably touch on this, like high school football recruiting. It's obviously, and even like baseball, other sports, it's a lot more structured. There's like windows and stuff. I mean, what do you, I mean, if you
That's
want
not
to.
how it is.
I mean, the biggest thing is it's just, I mean, you can't get talked to till your junior year. You have to have, there's a list that they give you freshman year of classes that you have to take if you want to be eligible. I never was ever going to be that good, so I never even cared enough to look at the list. But I know that there's it's definitely a lot stricter and a lot more, you have to do it by the book as opposed to DMing someone on Instagram.
Yeah, that's definitely not how rodeo is.
Yeah.
Maybe other schools have that process, but not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like starting off, I mean, coaches contact on like Twitter and whatever else, like same idea, but there's definitely a lot more structure to it. And then you move to the college setting with the transfer portal and the NCAA. That's a whole thing. Like you can only transfer in this
These 2 weeks.
2 weeks of that's a whole different thing. We talked about earlier this season with football because that was obviously a big thing following like national championship. And then, but yeah, definitely super interesting thing. So kind of moving into now, you guys, like I mentioned earlier, and like you guys have said, you have some experience, time under your belts here at Montana State. So kind of take us through what the couple years has been like for you guys and how it's been.
Yeah, my freshman and sophomore year were pretty rough. I had a great time. Was able to keep good grades and all that kind of stuff, but I definitely had a mental block coming in, so I didn't perform as well as I wanted to. And then junior year, I missed the college finals just by a miss or a go getting up, and so that was kind of disappointing. And then my senior year, I actually didn't make it in specific events, but since I was reserve all-around, because the all-around is if you have more than 150 points in more than 2 events, they grab all your points together, and so like the girl and the guy who has the most points overall gets the all-around. That was her last year, and then I was reserve, and so the college finals takes the reserve all-around, and then 3 from each event. So I was able to go that way. Yeah, so I've had a really good experience here. It's been great. The support MSU Rodeo has, not just like in the practices and that kind of stuff, but from our booster club, the Shoot Boss Club, insane. Like we just got $1 million donated at our banquet.
Saw that, yeah.
So it's just crazy the support we have. So the opportunities we have, like stipends, we get Shoot Boss like chips in a bunch of money to see if you win an event at the college finals or place even, and it's
Clinics
just
and stuff too.
yeah. We get clinics to go learn from like world champions for free, reimbursed, all that kind of stuff. So the support is just mind blowing to me, and it kind of trumps the success I've had just because I am a Bobcat to my core. So I just think it's so cool that the community in Bozeman backs rodeo so much.
Yeah, I think the support is crazy. And when you come in your freshman year, it is always like a learning curve because you go from, my parents are taking me to all these rodeos to I'm on my own now and I got to pay for my own diesel and take care of my own horses. And it's kind of like, poof, like all this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as you figure it out, it gets better. And I ended up like top 10 in the GOATs my freshman year, but I came back last year and was second in the GOATs and won the all-around in the region. So
She kicked butt.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar experience with Michaela. Like, my first year was a wake-up call. I came in and I thought I was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to do good. But, yeah, no, when things start going bad, it's like you don't really have anyone. You kind of have to learn a lot for yourself. And I had a pretty rough freshman year. I still finished, like, 5th in the GOAT tying, I think. I had a decent spring. But I, definitely didn't have the year I wanted. And then I came back last year and finished 3rd in the region, was able to make the college finals. So I think experience definitely speaks volume in college rodeo. Mm-hmm. It's like even a lot of freshmen do well, but it's just a lot as a first year going in, like everything playing into it.
Especially rodeoing in the brick. The first time
Yeah.
first time you're in a perf in the brick, you're like, oh my god, this feels like the Forest. There's a sold out crowd. Everybody's screaming and like so excited to be at the rodeo, and yeah, it's electric down when you're in the perf. It's just, that was a big learning curve, was rodeo in the brick too. But it's also an experience that you'll never forget, and it's exciting every year.
Are there any other rodeos that you go to throughout the year that are like what it's like in the brick?
Not
one bit.
I don't know if there's any other other college rodeos in this nation that are this big as.
Like, I mean, a lot of people will say like the brick, like production and like just how it's ran does compete with a lot of like those big name pro rodeos, and
it sells
it is
out.
like. From what I've heard from like spectators, it is like one of like
we have professional
really
announcers, professional rodeo clown. It sells out. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, so that's the spring rodeo is one thing I do want to get to, but I want to go back to you guys talk about the community and the support. So obviously with our past guests, especially football moving into basketball, football's playoff run, the support from the fans, the kids, everything, that's what makes there was a very common answer from the football players when we talked about why they came to Montana State. Same with basketball players. It's just Bozeman's just such a special community. But I think rodeo too is just another super like interesting thing to look at, because obviously you talked about the $1 million you guys just got a couple weeks ago, but there's definitely a lot of people in Bozeman that like rodeo and that are willing to support it. And I think it's a good place to do it. So, I mean, community support. We've talked about it for 28 episodes. That's what people like is about Bozeman, is the community. So, yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask you guys about is obviously some people are familiar with rodeo more than others are not. But I want to kind of get into like the scoring and that kind of whole system of how like a weekend goes. So we talked about the spring rodeo and the brick coming up this weekend. So kind of take us through like what events you guys do and then how the scoring and how that all shakes out throughout the weekend.
Yeah, so we all go tie and breakaway rope. I team rope. Oh, I team rope with her.
We team rope together this year.
And then she barrel races, and they all get kind of scored differently. But if you win the long, so there's 2 goes. There's a long go and a short round. And Bozeman's different. because there's 2 rodeos in one weekend.
Doubleheader.
Usually there's only one. Miles City's another doubleheader. But so we have a longo perf on Thursday, a slack, which is like all the extra people that makes the perf not so long. It's not based off a ranking or anything, but it just is like overflow.
There's only 10 in the purse.
Yes. So there's that longo is Thursday and Friday morning, and then the short round is Friday night. So then if you win the long round, was it 60 points?
Yeah,
Yep.
60, 50, 40, and then
It
just
goes
kinda
down to
by
10.
10-point
Yes.
increments.
And then if you win the short round, that's another 60. And then if you win the average, that's another 60. So that your goal is to 180 it. Yeah. So that's obviously really awesome, but that we just go by points. We also get money. We win money. So they put a payout, but it doesn't, rankings and standings aren't based off of money. It's based off of points.
Yeah.
The money's just a good bonus.
You 180'd Miles City last year, didn't you?
I have no idea. Maybe.
I think I think you did in the goats.
And they take, so in the longo they take the top 10 from
short
each
round.
event to the short go. So you kind of have to have your head screwed on in the long go to make the short go, because that's when it gets really tricky, is when you're missing short goes, because that's a whole other 120
Yeah.
point opportunity
just
you're
don't have
missing
them,
out
yeah.
on. So
Yeah, and then the roping events are timed on a hand timer with flaggers. So when we're breakaway roping, when we nod, the chute guy trips the chute and the calf runs out, but we can't cross the line in front of the box before the rope breaks off of the calf's neck, or else that's plus 10 seconds onto your time, and then you're just out of it. And so then once we rope the calf, our rope is tied onto our saddle horn with a piece of little tiny string, and then once our rope breaks off, there's a flag at the end of it, and it pops up in the air, and the flagger out in the field drops the flag, and that's when our time stops. And same with go time, there's just a start timer and an end timer. There's no barrier or anything. You just get off your horse and go. And then barrel racing's timed off of electronic timers. So it's when your horse goes through it, and then when your horse comes back through it.
Yeah. So it's very reaction time based.
For sure.
So it could be a
Yeah.
split second, could be 10 seconds.
Oh yeah. Split
There's
by
a lot of
tenths,
ties. We
yeah.
only go to tenths. Like in the barrel racing, it goes to the hundreds because you have the electronic eyes. But since it's rodeo is so like judgment based, because there's 3 judges at there's 3 judges at the college rodeos now that we have enough contestants. And so it's all based off of the judges' reaction time and how much they're paying attention, which most of the time they're on it, but sometimes it's
slow
Yeah.
flags
down to
are a
judges'
thing.
discretion.
Yeah, there you go. There's good insight into scoring and all that for the weekend. So yeah, now we can kind of get into the experience of the spring rodeo at the Brick, which if you have the people listening, if you haven't gone, please go, which I'm hoping everyone has. But I mean, we've been going since we're that big. I mean, ever since I can remember, like, it's a blast. But you guys talked about it a little bit earlier, but just take us through what the experience is like in the whole weekend.
I mean, it kind of starts from Sunday morning is
Yeah.
when we start our week. We got to go and
Lay plywood.
lay
Yeah.
plywood to get the dirt all ready, and then it's a whole setup. Like, we are working Sunday. Usually they do dirt Monday, I think it is, and then we set up
practice.
and we like get everything going, and we get to go and practice Tuesday, Wednesday before the rodeo starts on Thursday night. So that's kind of like our home field advantage. Like, we can go and get the horses in there, because it is so different from so many rodeos.
And it's our stock. So all of our practice cattle are what we rope. So we know the cattle and the goats and the rough stock riders
Big, yeah.
know probably some of the horses. And so that's also another home field advantage that we have over. And the Shoe Boss Club and the community loves when the MSU kids do good at the MSU rodeo.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's a really busy week for sure. It goes by in a
It's
blow.
Oh gosh, I
fast.
don't even remember going to school half the time.
So
that
we
week.
go to school and then we go to practice.
Yeah,
at
it's
the
like
Brick,
Yeah.
and
Your
then-
friend's
you
hauling
go
the
out-
trailer and you're walking
Yeah.
over from class. You're like, hey.
Or
get
we're
on.
in the Brick and you see like a basketball person come in the door. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it smells like dirt door." You're like, "Sorry." Yeah, it's gonna for the week. Sorry.
I'm sure some, like Taylor, who grew up on a farm in sort of Teagan, they're probably used
I mean,
to
that's
it.
Yeah.
they're gonna be used to it. But yeah, I always like seeing the video every year, the time lapse transition.
Oh,
video
Yeah, that
setup
is cool
process.
for
Get
sure.
the court in and then the all dirt moving in. Yeah, that's super cool. But
So I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when I was in elementary school, they used to host like a couple of days before like an elementary school day where we all got to go and watch, like, it was like a scrimmage essentially, where they would
Well,
just do.
Yeah,
Still
so
do something like that.
they bring on a slack morning. So when there's the overflow, basically what it is, there's it's not a performance, so it's not as enjoyable for spectators to come and watch because it is hours long, and there's not as much hype music, and the whole production's not going on.
Yeah.
So they bring the elementary schoolers in and they cheer us on. They're like, so like the little kids are screaming, and it's actually awesome.
I know it's so cute. It's like running barrels. You just hear all these little voices.
Yeah, I was walking circles one year around the top of the brick one year, and they were like, "Hi."
At least when I remember it, like it was packed, and they almost ran
Yeah.
full production. But I don't know what
Well,
has
and
changed since then,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
And
I
the kids
remember
like it too.
that's about as
Yeah.
far back as I could remember rodeos. And I remember I was getting annoyed because there was these 2 girls in front of me that were screaming during the goat tying because they thought it was hurting the goat.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so that was fun, but I mean, it's kind of been from a young age that it's what we do every year. We go to the rodeo,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's always like such a when they go on sale. It's a can't wait till that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you guys just mentioned a minute ago, the with all the kids and stuff in there. So similar with basketball, women's basketball, they did it this year. They call it the field trip game. So it's like a Monday morning game at like 10 a.m. It's like earlier in the season. We went, and they bring all the kids in from all the elementary
Like every
schools.
elementary school in the state, pretty much.
Yeah, and then they brought
Not in
Oh
the
my-
state.
Well, not in the
like,
state, but like
in
in,
the-
the surrounding
in
County,
southwestern
maybe, in
Montana.
Southwest, like
Gallatin Valley, a little more.
Yeah.
Big Timbers over here. There's a couple others,
Oh,
but
wow.
like that the whole brick packed with like
Little
tiny
voices.
kids screaming the whole time. Yeah, and so like you mentioned, running barrels with it. We talked with Taylor about it, and she was making all the jokes. She's like, "Yeah, I already knew like the 6-7 before I got in there. So like the kids were doing it when I was warming up and all this stuff. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But
At least we got to sit courtside, but it was loud.
yeah, it was really
It's just
loud.
constant noise the entire time.
Well, and it's not even like that much louder than a normal game. It's just
Yeah,
so
high pitch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Little kid
yeah,
voice.
They
that's
probably
it.
don't know when like the cues are of like when to cheer, so they're just cheering.
Yeah, exactly.
And
but
I don't think like the other team quite expected what was about to go down. Because
No.
the entire time they're just
walking
walking around and like,
an empty arena because it's a Monday game at 10 o'clock. And
Yeah.
it's just full of third graders.
yeah,
That's so funny.
that's always a fun thing they do. And yeah, I mean, obviously the girls love it, and it's the players love it, and the kids love coming to it. So yeah, definitely a fun thing. Yeah, so kind of moving along with that spring rodeo coming up here in a couple weeks. We can touch on this more when we do our looking ahead, but kind of give us a look, give us an insight on this year's rodeo.
We'll have tickets going on sale?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
They're
They
almost
have.
sold out.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
been a
well, it
minute.
starts the 9th of April, and we'll be at Murdoch's on Saturday for you can win a ticket, I think, right?
It's like a little promo.
Yeah, a
deal with the
promo,
rodeo
and
team.
then
Tickets.
yeah, like you said, Sunday or we lay plywood at the beginning of the week. We have to play cover the whole basketball floor in plywood, and they bring the dirt in. Then it starts out in the 9th. Thursday night at 7 p.m. is first perf. Yeah, and that's the first go. And then our Shoot Boss Club put up a bunch of money for us as an incentive too, so that was super awesome. Just for our team, just because they want to reward us for our hard work and kicking butt for them, you know. And so, yeah, it's a long weekend for us, very long, and the parking services hate us because
Yeah.
they're directing horse trailers, especially on Thursday. Yeah, no, so the parking services probably have a hard weekend also.
You know, we have a lot of kids sitting pretty good. I mean, MSU had a pretty good fall season for the most part on the men's and women's side. So
Yeah.
it'll be really fun to see kind of how things shake out in the spring. The spring rodeo is always so fun because it kind of like sets the tone for the rest of the
Yeah.
season. And yeah, no, it'll be really fun. I hope MSU has a really good showing.
Yeah, we're sitting first in the women's standings, and then the region, and then the men's. So that's awesome. And are you running the goats?
Yes. I
And she's leading the all-around. She's the only girl who has activated her all-around points, so she has 150 points in 2 or more events. So she had a
There
great
we
fall.
go.
Thank you
And
for the shout out.
we're roping. I usually head. She's my header. I have the heel, so that'll be different. But I'm excited anyways. And yeah, we've got like you said, a lot of
Yeah, I
great
think we've
girls,
got
great
a girl
guys
leading
in
the
the city.
breakaway. We've got lots of girls in there in the barrels, and yeah, the guys obviously hold their own in the rough stomp
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, they're
the
like
steer wrestling and-
ranked nationally too. With all the
Yeah.
standings.
Yeah.
We had less rodeos in the fall than we will in the spring, so our season's not even halfway done. Yeah, so that kind of makes a big difference for how the
Yeah.
spring shakes out.
It really is a clean slate in the spring, almost, it feels like sometimes, because we have so many rodeos in the spring.
Yeah, like last year, I didn't have any points in the fall, and I managed to make the college finals.
Yeah, you can have a comeback
Yeah,
for sure. So
definitely.
it's really interesting to keep up with.
yeah.
How has it been different this year? Earlier you talked about how like the weather plays in with not being able to practice as much as like some of the other southern schools. How has that been different this year where like we've had no winter?
Yeah.
We've been able to rope outside a lot, and practice has been outside lately, which, I mean, it's kind of been nice to be outside, so then if people need to, they can be in the barn, and then other people can also be outside, so we're getting more practice in because we have
sure.
both arenas when it's dry outside.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of people stuck around this winter. Like, I went and got my horses in middle of January, and I would never thought I would have
No,
done
it
that.
was
Like,
like
last
March.
year, I got them up here at end of
Yeah.
February, and it was still just like a freaking tundra. But
Yeah, I don't think we had calves all year, like cattle all year round, practice cattle, which is unheard of. Yeah, and our facility is not a mud hole, which is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, it is
Dry.
Yeah, welcome to Montana winter. We were talking with some of our like the younger football guests earlier this season. Like, this is not Montana winter. Like,
No.
don't settle on
Yeah.
like this. Like, you
No.
guys
Your
are
hopes.
getting none of it.
this is a sad year for skiing, but
Yeah.
good for the rodeo
Yeah,
kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
true.
Bridger had to shut down on Sunday.
Yeah, they shut down
Yeah,
early,
that's
didn't
crazy.
they?
I saw the video of like their GM and he's standing in a puddle
Yeah.
outside
With
the
shorts on.
lodge
Yeah.
with shorts on,
Yeah.
and there's like grass underneath the lifts. And I'm like, oh
I know,
god.
it's so sad.
Sad.
3 times this year. I really used my season pass.
You can go to Showdown. They're doing like they have a $35 lift ticket
Oh, are
for
they? Oh,
season pass holder at Bridger.
there you go.
I am
Yeah.
glad we didn't buy tickets this year.
I'm glad I didn't bypass. I was on the fence about it, but I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, Brady and I, like I said earlier, we were down in Florida for spring break, and like the first half, it was warmer here than it was in Florida. It was like
What?
That's crazy.
50, 60 in Florida, and it's like
It
75.
was
here. I'm like,
raining.
this
We were at a
is
spring
dumb.
training baseball game and it was raining and windy. And my buddy texted me a picture and he's skiing without a shirt on. He's like, it's 70 degrees. And I'm like, well, thank you for that.
Yeah, it was very nice here.
Yeah.
You guys missed out.
Bozeman for spring break next
Yep.
year.
Seriously.
And then watch it snow 3 feet.
Yeah, I know. I'm concerned about
Oh
that.
yeah, the spring.
Tomorrow.
It always snows or rains during the spring rodeo, so
Yeah.
It
At least it's
rained last
inside.
year.
At least it's inside. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, our first 3 rodeos are inside. So
Yeah. Well, I know we're certainly pumped for it. We've been talking about on the show the last couple weeks, just kind of like pushing tickets, get people to buy stuff because obviously it's a big deal and it sells out quick. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. I mean, like you guys talked about, like the whole production with the lights and the professional announcer and all that, like it makes it so much fun.
sure.
Like it's for the people that haven't gone, please go because you will enjoy it.
I
Get
just
your
checked
tickets quick.
for Friday's show. There's still plenty of tickets in the upper sections.
Okay.
Which
Good.
is really not a bad seat.
No,
For
it's
the
not.
rodeo.
There's no
It's so easy to
nosebleeds.
see.
Yeah.
It's not big enough to have nosebleeds.
No, no,
Especially when you pull back the bleachers.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, moving along, we'll kind of wrap up our interview segment, whatever, with our Bobcat Weekly Get to Know You questions. So you kind of pull those up.
Yeah, you get the
We've been, I don't have it because it's
you
not on
don't
my
have your
phone.
Yeah.
These were rapid fire questions for the first like however many episodes, and then we decided we need a better name because they're not rapid
They're
fire.
not
rapid
Take as long as you need to answer. So, yeah. First one on here: favorite place to eat in Bozeman.
The Corner Club.
Oh, good answer.
That is a good
That's
answer.
Our
a good
friend
answer.
on the team. She's the coach's daughter, Janae. She works there.
Yep,
Great
she's
waitress.
Amazing
Yes.
waitress.
She kicks butt. No, the Corner Club is where we go.
She makes
We go
money.
there after the rodeos.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
little post game.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Corner Club.
we are corner club stands.
Well,
For sure.
What's the go-to get at the corner club to eat?
Buff.
Buffs.
The
Okay.
sweet Thai buffs.
Mm-hmm.
I
the
can't.
cubby fries.
I don't think I've been there
Yeah,
yet.
no, I
What?
tried to take you
No.
all summer after golfing, but you would never.
Oh my
you
gosh, to
always
sit out on
go.
the patio?
It's so
Oh,
good.
you
gotta
have to
go.
go.
Yeah, we need
it's
to.
the best. It's
We-
still like a dive bar vibe.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's actually really good food, and it's
Yes.
not.
Okay.
grungy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Our staples Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Post episode. That's where we go.
That's
so.
where our business meetings are.
It's the only place that's open on this side of town.
Exactly.
Yeah,
when
true.
because we record late and it's All right. Aiden, go ahead.
Yeah. What is your favorite things to do outside of rodeo?
I work with leather, so I build like headstalls, breast collars, belts,
Ooh.
purses, that kind of stuff. So that's like my hobby that I do outside of rodeo. I don't get to do a lot of it.
We just
I don't get to do a lot of it because my leather shop's in Helena, but that's what I do outside of rodeo.
We don't have any other hobbies.
We just, like,
have cats.
yeah, we like. I feel like
Kevin and
we work
Biscuit?
out a lot outside
Yeah.
of like rodeo. I don't know. Rodeo takes up a lot of time, especially in season. Go to class, try to keep up on that. I like to ski, but didn't get to do much of that this year. Yeah.
Shop, spend my money.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to shop too. The shopping's really upgraded in Bozeman this past year. It's been bad for me.
That's true. That's true. All right. Are you trying to make a business out of the leather making, or?
Yeah, I would love to. Actually, in our entrepreneurship class, I've been
She has a
using it as
business
my
model.
example, but it's like actually something I could probably do as a side hustle. Right now, I can't just because, like I said, my leather shop's down in Hell and I just have no time to do it. But it kind of coincides with rodeo because people need tack and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Very good.
Ready?
Right. All right. Who has been your biggest impact or influence in your journey so far?
Definitely my mom. Yeah. She really pushed me to do whatever I want and kind of was very positive influence to me to work hard and always succeed at what I do. So,
Yeah, it would definitely be one of my parents. I couldn't pick one or the other. They both just have been really supportive of me. Like I said, they're not rodeo people, so it kind of probably seemed outlandish to them, but they've always been like, they're like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta like go full effort. And so, yeah, they were kind of like, they kind of were hard on me, but they pushed me into like a little bit of a pivotal point, like middle of high school. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I have to be a little bit more serious about it. So yeah, I would say them for sure.
Yeah, my mom has had a huge impact on my life. She was the one who was into the horses, and she's actually trained all of my horses, started them from like scratch, and so that's really cool. And I really admire her for that. And she's super hardworking and down to earth, and she has the best advice. And like if I ever need anything, I can just call her. So she's just my rock. And this girl right here, she's been through so much. Her freshman year, she had the worst thing happen to her, and I'm just so proud of her, and she's so inspirational. She had like a terrible thing happen to her. Her mom passed away, and she still showed up to practice every day. She still got good grades, and she kicked butt, and she was so inspirational. It was like heartbreaking to hear about it, and it made me want to, I gotta get my butt in gear because this girl is still kicking ass, and I'm like, okay.
thanks, David.
Are your guys' family able to come to the spring rodeo, or any of yours?
Yeah, my dad and my 3 little brothers will all be there. So.
Nice.
My parents make sure they're like, if they're gonna come to one in the spring, that's the one they hit. So yeah.
My 2 brothers in high school actually have their prom, and my dad was like, do you want to go to prom or do you want to go to the rodeo? And they're like, we want to go to Bozeman.
It's understandable.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is a good one. If you could play any other sport professionally, what would it be and why? So
Like,
you
if you
have the skill set for that sport.
See, I would say basketball, but I don't know if I would be in the WNBA. I would.
She's a free athlete. What's your vert? 26?
Yeah, she's got like the one
Yeah,
of the
yeah, no,
highest
she could be
all
the
of
WNBA.
women's sports.
I would be a jockey if I was like a small person.
You'd
and
be a hobby horser.
No, a jockey.
Kentucky Derby.
I literally like I want to run in the Kentucky Derby. Like that would be so
That
fun.
would be cool.
I could never do it because I'm like 5'10", but I would. In another life, that would be my professional sport. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd probably play volleyball. I played a lot of volleyball in high school, but I don't know if I definitely wouldn't be good enough. But if I did one,
You
that'd
have
be
the
it.
skill set though. That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the skill set for any sport.
You would be a
NASCAR
boxer.
driver.
No, you'd be a boxer.
Oh, that's. I don't know. I don't think I could. I would love to be a NASCAR driver. I feel like that would be
That'd be cool.
the best. That'd be the most
Yeah.
fun.
That's the first time we've gotten on, but that's a really good answer.
Yeah.
No, I
Unique
like
answer, very
to
unique
watch
answer.
NASCAR. I'd love
Yeah.
to go to a NASCAR race, and I think it would just be really fun to have that skill set.
We're flying from Florida to Indiana and
Indianapolis,
Indianapolis, and we actually flew right over Indianapolis Speedway.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's pretty
So-
cool to see.
Like I looked out the window, I'm like, oh, there's a track, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
That's a
would-
big
yeah.
track.
Yeah, NASCAR's a unique answer. We had
That's a really good answer, though. I didn't think
It is.
about
Oh yeah,
that.
it's a really good answer. We had.
I don't have to have super
That's-
coordination. I can drive a pickup and
Dirt
trailers, so maybe I can drive it. Yeah.
So maybe more like the Dakar races where there's not really a track where you just kind of go.
No, that'd be cool.
Some of the Baja stuff.
Yeah.
See, now I can't. We had someone say, I can't remember the guess. We had someone say water polo a handful of weeks ago, and that was another super unique answer.
Yeah.
I feel like jockeying is also a very unique.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like professional polo. Like that just made me think of it. Like when you're on the
Oh, that
horse,
would
you
be
like
cool.
Yeah,
we
we could
talking
we have
about that.
slightly a
past-
skill set for
I
that.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
Got all the
Like,
rich people
I'm
sports.
giving horse girl.
Seriously.
Chuck wagon racing.
I don't think we have anyone said volleyball either.
Maybe one or two, but yeah.
And
Unique answers
for the
today.
listeners that don't know, that I just learned recently, MSU has a men's club volleyball team.
Really?
They do.
Yeah.
They rugby
do.
too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should I play volleyball next year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go
Yes.
play volleyball.
Just do all the club sports.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Except hockey, because you're not coordinated.
No.
Hockey's
I
a
look
different
like
world.
A deer
Oh,
when I'm on
gosh.
skates.
I can't even ice skate.
On
Facing
skates
off
and with the
against
stick?
Spencer. would
That,
not-
that's the
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Skating plus the
Skating
stick
and I have a
handling.
stick,
Hands
and
and
I'm getting
feet at the same
smacked
time. Oh,
by
I would
dudes
love
all
that.
day.
I'd be
Yeah.
shocked.
I wish.
Yeah.
I can't ice skate
I
at
wish
all.
I was from a hockey region, but Oregon is just not a thing. I would totally do it, but I don't know. Once I learned they don't let the girls fight. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that-
That's something.
We were
So
talking about that
something
with
we
the hockey
learned
girls.
is we were at one of the women's games and there's no one there, so I can act a fool if I want. And one of them got a good hit and she got a penalty, so I start screaming.
Right?
I
as you
didn't.
should.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize they don't let them hit
Yeah.
in
You were
women's
like,
hockey.
you were like getting rowdy for the
They
fight?
give them a 5-minute penalty for hitting.
Yeah. It's
Oh, that's the best part about hockey sometimes, I,
know,
feel like, is the...
It's what
The
makes it the most
interaction.
entertaining sport to watch is because you just
Oh,
It's
so-
intense.
It's so
Yeah,
fun to watch.
it's-
It's
So, like,
aggressive, yeah.
In the men's game, in the first game, they're like jaw jacking, they're slamming each other after the puck
Oh,
is
awesome.
frozen,
Oh, yeah.
or like getting their hand up in their cage.
So awesome.
Like our buddy Spencer, he said the best thing is if you grab their cage and rip it off. So like there's the two straps on the side that hold it. If you rip it off and start pushing them in the face,
Wow.
hockey
Yeah, that would be
players
awesome.
are a
you
different
get
breed.
into that in rodeo.
I don't think that.
Maybe behind the shoots, some people get in a heater, but
I could see the bull riders doing that,
But
getting a
there's
little
no one else out
feisty.
there. I mean, what are they gonna fight
I was
the
gonna say,
bull
it's just
riders?
you.
well, behind the shoots. So like when you're behind the buck and shoots and when you're behind the rope and shoots, there's a lot of tension,
Yeah,
but
there you
usually
go.
not a fist fight.
Make it pretty entertaining though. If there was.
It would be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like rodeo guys can scrap. Not the rodeo girls, but the rodeo girls stay pretty chill. the rodeo guys, they could probably scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be very possible.
Yeah. Hockey players, different breed. They're they're a whole nother class. You got pull up the next one, I think.
crap. Yeah, my phone turned off. We talked for too long.
is good.
Yeah. Favorite place to go in Bozeman?
Like a hangout spot.
Oh, I mean,
The basketball court in the park by our house.
Yeah.
yeah.
Winco?
We already said the quarter club. I feel like that's like
Yeah, that's
our
where we
favorite
go
place.
to. That's we
Yeah.
Janae's working. We go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the arena, I guess. We
Yeah,
all
we
meet up at
spend
the
so,
arena
we,
and
all,
rope.
we spend so much time
Yeah,
out there
we're out
together.
there
It
a
seems like as a
lot.
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we kind of discovered a new favorite hangout spot, Stockman's downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
the
a
new
very-
bar down there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I,
Yeah.
it's
It's we had a couple players say like it was their favorite like spot to eat in Bozeman, and so I tried it out last week.
Yeah.
Super good.
Nice.
Super good.
It's like it reminded me of the Westerner.
Yeah.
When or at least when you sent me
It
pictures.
is. Yeah, and
but at
it's-
least we can get in because
right because the Westerner's
the Westerner's
21
21
plus.
plus.
Yeah, it's
Right.
yeah super tiny. Like you'd never know it was there unless you're actually like looking at the Stockman sign. But
Yeah.
right next to Schnee's, like when you walk into Schnee's, you just go left. And
No, I saw it. It's got the cool tile floor and it's like
Yeah.
the old timey vibe.
Yeah, super old timey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like kind of like a long hallway. There's like
Yeah.
pool tables in the back. Yeah, it's a fun place.
All right. Next one. Favorite song and or artist right now.
Michaela has a weird favorite artist. She loves Kevin Gates. It's really strange.
She loves The Weeknd.
Yeah, we don't really have like, I mean, Haven has like really like honestly like good music taste, like diverse. Like I feel like you know like so much like old country,
Everything's
like,
played in my car.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
me and Michaela were a little bit more.
Out there.
Yeah.
Like, no, I like go from like Don Tolliver to Waylon Jennings. There's no, it's like,
quite the
there's all in
dynamic.
between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's-
no.
She's pretty diverse.
No, yeah, there's really, I listen to everything. I would say Waylon Jennings is probably my favorite artist. But Call Back by Don Tolliver is my favorite song right now.
He was actually in Montana not too
I was
long
gonna
ago.
say.
At the-
Our friends
saw
were
him, like,
there.
talked to him.
Yeah.
On the team,
Well,
actually.
my favorite song right now is probably off of his album too. It's that TMU song, and he told our friends on the team that
That
was
song
his
is
favorite
good.
song off the album too.
Wow.
So
There you go.
That was crazy that they met him.
I think my music taste is all over the place because some days
Yes,
it's
it is.
90s
I get in
rap.
your car and
Some
it's-
yeah.
It's like, what are we doing today? Okay, we're
I'm
on.
the same way.
So like some days we'll get Tracy Lawrence, then
For
we'll
sure.
get Avril Lavigne. And then we'll get EDMs. It's all over the place.
I think,
Coulter
like,
Wall.
Our theme
I mean,
song
we're
is like a group. It's like Roses
By Outkast, yeah.
We love that song.
Yeah, we belted
We
it
always
in the
play
car.
like every time we're in the car.
I actually
like, all
just
four of us.
downloaded the whole soundtrack off of River Runs Through It, that movie, like the
Yeah.
orchestral music, because I like to listen to it when I really need to lock in on school.
A little
whatever
fun
it takes.
information from that. The Bozeman High School band teacher was in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Random fact for the episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay. Last question on
This has
here.
been
This is our
favorite.
our favorite question so
You've
far.
seen it on the Instagram. Who on the team would you not let date your brother?
My brother. She's dating my brother.
I was
So her, she's great.
Well, who would you not let? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All the,
Brother or son.
Yeah.
of all the girls.
I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for answering this question.
We have
I'm
like
trying to think. There's
we
a
have
lot
like
of girls
36 girls on our women's team. Like there is a lot
Yeah,
of girls,
I'm
and
trying
like
to think. I'd say like, well, yeah. So my brother's got the best one. I'm sorry, Faith.
it's fine.
But
You guys can say me. It's fine. I
oh
would
gosh.
probably
No, all the girls
Oh.
on the rodeo team are pretty chill and down to earth and hardworking. So there's
Yeah.
really not one that I would say would be a bad choice.
I would not let Janae Whitaker date my son or my daughter. She is the coach's daughter.
But let her serve you at the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
And tip her.
Great waitress.
but I would not let her date my son or my brother. No, I wouldn't allow it because
Oh, Mesa Redu.
you. Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't let Mesa. She's a freshman on the team. She's my traveling partner. Yeah, she's trouble.
Janae's my traveling partner too. I don't know. She just starts going on these weird talks and like she's just.
She's actually the funniest person on this planet.
Yeah, just kidding.
No guy could keep up
I
with that.
love
No.
Janae. She's way too good for my brother.
It was funny. Earlier this season, basketball players had like no problem answering this question. It was like they knew exactly who, which it was really funny to us. But
I feel like
they have less
guys-
to
I feel like it's
select
like
from.
if you ask who on the team would you not let date your daughter,
Oh,
I can
it'd be-
answer it like that.
Yeah, because it's yeah.
Which that's how it was.
Who would it be if for your daughter? Who would you not let date?
Gosh, I just said I could answer it like that, but now I got to pick between like a group of them.
There's a lot of them.
There's a handful.
Yeah.
I would not let Riot Thompson date
No.
my daughter.
Are you kidding? I would still let Ryan date my daughter. He's a legend. Legend status. If
I
you
don't know.
ever see the MSU rodeo team just getting caught on camera, it's Riot. He's there.
Good to know.
That's who you should have on the podcast. Riot and Willie. That's who you should have.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
Could do a
We'll make
post rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll have
recap.
time. Yeah. Yeah, like the like when we
CNFR
asked the
preview.
yeah, there we go. When we asked the football players, they had no problem about their teammates because there's a
They would
couple
just
on
throw
there.
them under
that-
the bus left and
guys
right.
know right away.
Yeah.
One of them said the entire team. He said no
Yeah,
one on
he's
the
like,
team
nope,
could go near
nope.
his sister.
And I think
my
everyone-
God.
And then I think like half the team said him.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Who was it?
Takari.
Mr. Takari Carr. We're throwing you under the bus. I'm sorry, but
He's currently on a plane.
Oh,
He got
He
stuck
got
flying
delayed.
home from spring break and he missed first day spring ball.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Great
Takari,
luck for
we
him.
love you. Thank you for all that you've done for us. But yeah,
Shout out to
We'll
Kari.
send him a picture.
yeah, we
Wait,
had
send
him.
him a picture of Faith. She knows her.
Get the mic out of your face.
We did an episode with him here in the garage, and then we did one after the championship at the R Bar. He's a fun guy. He's
like-
funny.
we
yeah, he's always so nice whenever I see him.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
what's up?
he's one of the nicest guys we know.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's just
But
a
then
demon on
Very
the field.
wholesome.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a common answer that when
But
we ask.
don't let him near your sister.
Yeah, apparently.
Good to know. Good
We out in Nashville, we did interviews with people for the game, like fans or former players, and they're like, Takari, no. So it was some him, Takari, and Carson who transferred out, but there's your two.
we love Takari.
We do. Shout out to Takari again. Yeah. All right, moving along here into Instagram Q&A. I'll let Aiden. I'll let Aiden and Brady.
we got this. We got
Yeah, you guys take this away.
All right. First one from Paige Rasmussen. What are the unique challenges of being a college rodeo athlete compared to other sports?
Oh, I won't answer it because Paige is my bestie. Yeah. But I would say we have to provide our own horses. We have to provide our own pickup, trailer. You come in and it's on you. And it's a super individual sport, so all that weight's on you. We practice as a team, and it's really fun to be on a team and have that team atmosphere, but it comes down to you and your rig and your horses, and it's a big responsibility to have all that, because we got dually pickups, 6 tires, 4 tires on your horse trailer, vet bills, all that kind of stuff. So you're having to take care of other like beings, alive beings. Like I was out to my horses 4 times today.
You go to your horses
They
a lot.
got chiropractic today, so I had to go take them to the chiropractor.
Yeah, it's just a lot of outside factors that you don't see in very many sports.
Yeah.
That seems very cheap.
Lots of driving to and from the arena.
Yeah.
Which is also cheap.
Yeah.
Especially now, you know.
Yeah.
I could definitely tell with
The arena's 15 minutes away.
You can definitely tell with all the dualies. I made the mistake of trying to go bowling at the Sub the night of the Cowboys and Candlelights dinner.
Oh.
And pulling in the parking garage and turn the corner, and there's every dually with a trailer hitch sticking out. I'm like, this is going to be fun. I had a couple of buddies behind me, and they're like, what is going on? I'm like, no clue. So,
And then we saw it on Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Good question. That was a great question.
Next question here is
She doesn't have a
handle
name
is minivan swag.
We know who that is.
Okay. What are your guys' pre-competition rituals?
So Minivan Swag is my traveling partner, and
AKA Janae.
yeah, normally me and her, we like, at least this fall when we went to rodeos together, we like to go, and we normally go to like a town pump, get an energy drink, and we would just like get ready for the morning. We'd kind of debrief like what has been going on and our goals for the day. Like Minivan Swag is really big on like positive talk and
yes,
like
very
getting
positive.
really good vibes. Like she's just the
Manifesting.
most positive person, and she's so great to travel with. And so she's always big on like, okay, say like 3 nice things about yourself like before you go.
She
and
literally gave me positive pills one time.
Yeah,
Like, these
no,
pills that were supposed to make me think
she's
positively.
got her like essential oil positive pills, but yeah, no, she's
Man,
It's
we're,
not
we're
shady at all.
manifesting a lot with Janae.
and so
on. Here, take these pills.
Mine and Michaela's, I don't know about Haven's, but our pre-rodeo ritual has definitely come into a lot of positive self-talk.
Janae's
and,
good for pep talks
Yeah,
before you
for
run, that's for
sure.
sure.
and just
Yeah.
kind of getting
She'll bring
hyped
you
and
down
ready
to
to
earth.
go.
Town pump is definitely
Yeah.
a big part of our a part of rodeo as a whole. I've got the Pump It Up Rewards card
Stacking
because
those
I
up.
am always going there to fill up my car or my pickup. And no, yeah, I go and I get a Red Bull and some Nerd gummy clusters. That's what I get
Nice.
for my rodeo. Not the healthiest choice, but the best choice.
But
Yeah.
Give
So-
you the energy you need.
so getting that positive mindset, is that like before every rodeo, or is it sometimes where you need to kind of be in like a serious, locked in, little bit aggressive mindset?
I think rodeo is like 90% mental.
100%.
And so definitely being in the right headspace is huge, because you can do so well in practice, but things will hit the fan at the rodeo if you're not like locked in your head. So.
There's a balance. It's like confidence and like also like being a little bit positive and just like, I mean, you don't want, like, sometimes I would personally get in the headspace of taking it like too seriously, where it's like I would put like the weight of the world on like how I go out and rope a calf,
Yep.
and it's like you can't really do that. I've learned I can't really do that, and so but yeah, definitely like you're still locked in for sure before every event.
Nice. All right, next one is from Kyle Whitaker.
Oh boy.
Coach.
You actually got 2
Yeah.
from him, so I'll do one and Aiden will do the other. Is your coach as cool as everyone says?
Yes.
I thought so.
When he lets
No.
himself be.
Yes, he has a great
When-
sense of humor.
Yes.
and he is
when
really
Kyle
he
is not in business mode, Kyle's hilarious.
He is. Don't pick him for your basketball team though.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not very good
No.
at
They
No. I
scrimmage
played-
after workouts. In the
I played pickup with him and some of the other kids after workouts, and I have only one with him not on my team.
Okay.
Sorry, Kyle, but I did say
Okay.
you were really funny.
No,
He's
but
bulldogging, no
yeah.
basketball.
he
Yeah, he's
he
a
likes
bulldogging
to.
legend though.
He's got chill vibe to coaching. Because rodeo's really individual.
Yeah.
He kind of just makes sure that you're doing your part. So he's chill. He's
He got bucked off last week at practice.
But he is as cool as he thinks he is, if that's what the question was, or as everyone thinks he is. Definitely, 100%, and probably cooler.
yeah. If you get to know his sense of humor, you'd be like, okay, this guy's cool.
I think let's save Kyle's next question for the very last one.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
We'll save it for the last one. All right. What is something that sets MSU apart from other colleges?
Oh, from Rachel?
From Rachel, yes.
The vibe.
Support.
Yeah.
The run out
Yeah.
of the football
Yeah,
games.
that's pretty
big
cool.
set.
Uh-huh.
Big set.
Yeah, I think just like its place in the athletic department at the schools. Like rodeo's kind of cool here. I feel like
Yeah,
I
we're
didn't
not,
really
like at the bottom.
I didn't have that growing up. It's like oh, like what do you do? But here it's like, oh, you're on the rodeo team. Like I think that's like a super cool thing, and obviously all the support and the run outs. It's just there's so many things.
So I did want to ask you guys about that, the run out. Is it like a certain crew, or do members switch in and out? How is that all working out?
It rotates
Every
game.
weekend they
Yep.
kind of
Okay.
pick like a handful of different people.
These last few games, since it wasn't in school, or it was like dwindling down, people weren't having their horses. There's a good set of horses that we use because you have to have a special horse to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Especially at the semifinals game,
Yeah.
where the crowd's insane, the pyrotechnics are insane. The fact that we ask our horses to do that is kind of crazy, but they do it and they're awesome. And Janae's horse, Kirk,
He
loves
loves
it.
He leads it
He
out like
lives
almost
for it.
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, it's the coolest thing ever. Especially, I was the first bee at semifinals game. That was crazy. I was so hyped. And then I went and watched semifinals game.
Yeah.
And that was also so hyped.
And I think it's probably one of the best in college football.
They talk
easily.
about
Oh,
it.
it's so
One of the
cool.
best runouts.
I've been
It
to
is the best
Missoula,
run out.
and their run out is like out of like the middle side.
It's
Literally,
dumb.
it's like
so
a blow
dumb.
up helmet, and they run out like of the middle of the side of the opposing bleachers, and they kind of like turn and run to the end zone. That's kind of it. But
It's-
I got to be down on the
the
field.
Metallica just ripping when you're
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got to be down on the field for one of the runouts. It's so much different down there too, just to see that. But I think it's our cousin. He moved here, and first game Gold Rush, he was just like in awe because
Yeah.
he came from Virginia Tech, and they
Oh,
have one
gotcha.
of the best runouts
Yeah.
ever in college football, and he was just
But yeah, here's pretty special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. So fun.
So fun.
Right, next one is from our mom. If you have, or do you have any kind of nickname, and if so, how did you get it?
I don't have a nickname.
Fifi.
Oh, Fifi. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know how you got it.
That's what my family's been calling
okay.
me since I was a little kid. I don't know who picked up on it. One of my friends just picked up on it, and now, I mean, some people call me it. Not very many people, but Michaela has.
Michaela has a swear word in her.
Yeah, we can't really say her nickname.
It's mixed shit. She's the mixed shit.
I don't know where it came from, honestly. It was.
I don't know either. It was just in a hotel room.
Our
and one word.
work, Tommy, the trainer
At the school.
who we work out with, calls her mixed shit. He's awesome. Also, shout out Tommy. He's great.
Hayden,
Tommy's
I don't think
awesome.
you really have a nickname.
No, some people call me Havo.
Yeah.
It's really, but I don't really have like a different one.
Unk.
Yeah, I'm chopped unk.
Yeah, because she's like the
I'm
fifth
old.
year.
Yeah.
Is that we're gonna have to start calling the fifth years at MSU for football now?
Yeah.
That we know. That we
I've
that we
actually thought
know.
that one. I'm 22.
Yeah, no, that
You could
football.
You could,
we've
okay.
got guys
Sorry,
who
I'm gonna
are way
rant here
older.
for a second. You could be the player for the Grizz that's in his 9th year of college.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That guy's.
What did
super
we-
unk.
How did
Like,
he even manage
he-
that?
Injuries.
Did he commit when we were in elementary school, or his freshman year was when we were in
His
elementary
freshman
school?
year, I was in elementary school.
And he's a senior, and I graduated last year.
Yeah.
I'm a junior.
There, yeah,
Like-
it's like
Dang.
And there's
It's a bit
players that
excessive.
were in his draft class that are in like their 4th year of the NFL.
Yeah.
There are
So
players in his draft class that are retired from the NFL.
yeah.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
dude, move on.
So if you ever think that you're a 5th year and you're old, just think of him.
Yeah.
That you're not.
You're
Yeah,
not.
and the
9th year
Grizz
senior.
too.
Yeah.
yeah,
It actually just took him 9 years to get 1 degree.
That's what happens in Zootown.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I don't go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do
Oh.
Kyle Whitaker's second one. This one might get a little heated, but who's the worst driver on the team?
Riot. Riot wrecked his
Riot?
car the other day.
Whoa.
Kyle just told me this at practice yesterday.
Oh God, I did not know that. We have some bad drivers on our team. I feel like.
I like to call myself one of the better drivers on the team.
Oh, I wouldn't think it's any of us.
I mean, I got an
know.
offender bender last week.
So Michaela did hit someone last week.
I
Oh.
speed from here time to time. Not with the horses; those are more important
Yeah.
than myself. But Riot. If he crashed his van, that's not good.
Yeah, just like yesterday. No, the day of the buckout. Saturday?
Yeah, that's not good.
He has 2 black eyes, poor guy.
Oh,
Janae's
right.
not a great driver either. Sorry, Janae. I keep bringing her up.
No, there's a hole in her bumper. I saw her practice on jabs, and
I
there's like a
travel with-
hole. Perfect, just like
Yeah.
right in the back of her bumper.
No, I travel with her and she doesn't drive. I drive everywhere. So I know I won't hurt her feelings saying that, but
No, you kind of have to be a good driver on our team
Yeah.
to haul
Yeah,
horses,
that's
but
it.
there's
Yeah,
also
ride
there's
horse.
also the lower end of that.
Yeah. You know, that's a good question. We might have to add that to our
the rapid fire.
yeah.
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 Who's the worst
He's the
driver?
worst driver.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
All right.
Do we have any more or is that it?
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to ask, or who wants to ask the question of the season?
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I'll do trivia.
I'll keep.
question.
Keegan, you got this.
All right. Okay. So Bobcat Weekly question of the season. We named it. We have most
We're great at naming
feedback.
things.
Yeah.
It's question of the week. But it's the same
Anyways,
week.
our weekly question: does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
Oh, I don't even
Ooh.
like pineapples, so I'm not the person. to
Okay. That's the
Hard
first
no.
straight across the board.
Well, yeah. So, what are our stats at now? Do
Yeah.
you have the stats?
I could pull it back up if you.
I like a savory pizza. Can't have the sweet and savory.
Okay, week 25 was the hockey guys. We had 20 yeses and 7 nos. So that we are lined up then. So 20 yeses and 10 nos now.
The No's are
I
making a
believe
comeback.
it.
Nos are making a
Yes.
comeback.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes has been the overwhelming majority answer
Wow.
so far. So
Huh.
I would not have thought that.
And if you guys know Carson Williams, he transferred to Indiana. He was a freshman. He said anyone who puts pineapple on pizza is mentally insane.
I think it's good. I think we all think it's good.
I don't understand like why though. Like who came up with that?
Or with the Canadian bacon, there's like always a combo of the
Yeah.
pineapple and Canadian bacon.
Because I think Canadian bacon's fine as is.
100%
Yes.
on a meat lovers.
Yeah,
But not with
but you put
pineapple.
pineapple. That's two opposite parts of the world. And,
Yeah.
I get
don't
a
know.
sweet and savory moment, but not on.
No.
It's not on pizza.
Not with
Yeah.
sauce.
All right. Moving on to our trivia question.
Yeah.
Decided to go rodeo theme this week. But so you all three, it's for all three of you. And if you guys don't know, you can phone a friend to try and get it. Right. But
Kyle.
when was the first spring rodeo in the Brick?
Oh gosh. Well, because they used to have the college finals here.
Yep. That's our trivia question for next episode.
Yeah.
Is when was the last time it was here?
Oh gosh.
But
Well, Shane on the team, her dad won the college finals when it was here, in his event.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they still had it.
I know, wouldn't that be awesome? But I guess I have
When was the?
1947.
You went back too far.
Oh.
Wait, what was the question?
1955?
First spring rodeo in
Yeah.
the Brick.
1957.
You're right in between. It's
Oh,
1956.
Oh.
55 was a good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
The
There you
year
go.
after the Brick was built was the first rodeo.
Really? It was that
Yeah.
quickly?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a
It's
long
kind
time.
of, kind of
Yeah, they stopped having it here because the president didn't want it here.
I think
but-
there was an issue with tobacco ads too, because they used
Oh,
to
yeah.
run tobacco ads, and then the university said they couldn't run it, and then
Yeah,
that's
no.
what I've heard.
I would love to
We don't
see
have
if there's
tobacco
any.
ads anymore at the college
No.
finals, so
Yeah, I think it was like 4 years later they had made it so they didn't have it anymore.
yeah.
I'd love to find some photos from the Brick in '56.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
bet
that?
you
cool.
there's
7
archives
years
at the
ago.
rodeo
I'm
office of
sure.
it. There's the old team pictures of them in the brick.
They have.
There used to be wood fence.
Oh,
Like there wasn't even like
Yeah,
metal
look at
panels.
that.
It was wood fence in
I
the
can't
brick.
see the year. This was. 90,
They have old. This is
basketball
'92. It
pictures.
still shows
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
the
far
wooden
it's come.
chutes.
Yeah.
They have old basketball pictures from in that case when you're walking into the brick.
Pre-World War II.
The other NIT that the women will hopefully win. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, good stuff. Good work on the trivia question, and that's good. Good answer. You guys are right in there. So, all right.
A lot closer than I thought you guys were going to do.
Yeah.
I was thinking people were going to be way or not go back far
1910?
enough, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving along now, wrapping up interviews and moving on to our recap now. It's been a couple weeks since we've had a show, so we have a little more to talk about. Basketball have wrapped up their 2025-2026 seasons.
Men's
in
basketball.
Brady,
I
you
mean,
want to talk men's basketball?
Yeah, why don't you
Yeah, I
talk
can.
about-
So
Yeah.
Starts Madness was the week before spring break, our first break of the show. They wrapped up the season. Second round loss to Idaho, a close 78-74 in Boise. Still had some good points across the board. Christian King with 21, Jeremiah Davis with 22, and former guest Jed Miller with 18. Finishing the season 18-14, 12-6 in conference play, so not too bad to finish off the season. Thoughts so far, or thoughts from the season?
It's just injuries. Again,
The
like
injuries
we talked
killed
with
us.
Keaton.
It's like a broken record. I mean, this was the first team Logie really got his hands on, really made his team, and I think it was just injuries plagued the whole season. And every time we get some momentum, you'd get an injury, but I think they did a pretty good job at recovering, and excited to see what next year brings.
Yeah, and going into Starch Madness as the 2 seed is obviously nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, that's always fun getting to play in Idaho, and we can talk on it. Aiden and I went down, and Brady went down to Idaho for the games.
My last-minute shotgun flight.
Yes.
Bought
Yeah.
the tickets during halftime of the women's game, not knowing we were up by 20. I'm like, oh, we're perfect. And I was literally driving to the airport during overtime,
Yep.
like not knowing what's going to happen.
We're sitting
Like I was going to get on
in-
flight in an hour. So that was, but yeah.
Yeah, we get a text as we're walking out of the arena from watching the women's game, and
I'm like,
he's like, "I'm coming to Boise," and I'm like, "Oh,
Great.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna pick you up at the airport at 10 o'clock. That's wonderful."
Yeah, so, I mean, we can touch on women since we're talking about basketball. Yeah, so Aiden and I went down to Boise we did a little last-minute trip. We drove down on Tuesday, went to the game Tuesday and Wednesday. So they finished their 2026 Big Sky season. They lost to Idaho in the championship. So they finished 25-7 overall, 16-2 in conference play. And then they played a good tournament overall. Then we thought Bobcat basketball was done. I mean, I thought it was done. But we got an invitation to the NIT. So it's a national invitational tournament. So they take, the Naughton tournament. They take like top teams from conferences around the U.S. that didn't make the March Madness tournament, and they all get put into a tournament. So Cats go into that tournament pretty high. They got a first-round bye. And then round 2 against San Francisco was on Sunday. We were still, Aiden, you were at that game.
I was in that game, yep.
Yeah, but a nice win for them over San Francisco. It's fun to watch more basketball. I mean, they played pretty well. I mean, you can touch on it because you were at the game.
Yep. Close first half. We were back and forth. We were down at the start. I was a little worried, but we came out during the third quarter and just absolutely whooped up. They went on a 20-0 run to start the third quarter. So Taylor Chiric almost had another double-double. She had 15 points and 9 rebounds. Addie Harris also had 14, and Izzy Bunyan had 12. So pretty good game for the girls all around. Excited to look into this game against Portland.
Portland, yep.
It's gonna be Providence.
Yep. We'll talk about that game in a minute. But
I personally think the Cats should have gotten at least a play-in game to March Madness.
yeah.
I definitely think we're good enough because,
I think the committee hates mid-majors too much.
yeah, because I think
Not good enough.
the
apparently.
only loss that Idaho had in conference play was to us, both of them. One was in overtime, and one we beat them by like 22, but that's another one.
Is what it is. I mean, the Cats are playing more, so I can't complain. Then last thing on here, recap. We talked about club sports earlier in the show. Men's club hockey. They finished up their 2025-2026 season out in St. Louis at Nationals. Unfortunately, go 0-3 in Nationals. Not the way you want to go out, but they still had a super great season. They won the MWCHL. They won the West Regional Championship. 29 wins out of, I think, a 45-game season. So great season for them. Yeah, it was a super fun season like we talked about with the guys a couple weeks ago. We hit almost every game, I think. Super
Just
fun. Come out to club hockey games if you're around. They're a blast. They're doing a bunch of renovations on the arena.
They tore up the ice, took out the boards, putting a bunch of new bleachers in. So
Yep, getting a lot bigger for this next season. So
Cat Grizz is going to be a little less
Yep.
packed.
Yep. Yeah, and then we had 2 of the seniors on earlier this year. So Jake Parent, Isaac Ellingson, Tegan McAvoy, Vinny Farina, Hayden Clem, Owen Davis. Congrats to those guys. Hayden had his number retired at Cat Grizz ending the season. So nice way to go out for him and a super fun season overall. So closing out the book on hockey for the season, but we'll be back in September really when they kick back off. So
I know we were talking about a little
it'll
bit
come
before
quick.
the recording, but you guys said you came to a couple of games. So how was that for you guys?
I think I've been to one hockey game. It was pretty fun. There were a lot of people there.
I had a friend that went to a bunch of them, and she's like, "You gotta come. You gotta come." I just didn't find the time, but now I better.
yeah,
That first game of the season, it's probably going to sell pretty quick.
yeah.
So
I would
But,
think so.
I mean, when it comes around, it's going to be fun. Definitely, I mean, we're losing a big group of seniors, but a nice underclass, too.
Yeah, and
that's gonna
they'll
step up.
reload. They'll do well again this year. So yeah, come out to the games. They're really a blast, and on the women's side too with a new program. So yeah, guys, congrats on a super successful season. Moving on, basketball round 3, women's NIT round 3 is this Thursday, 7 p.m. That's Thursday, March 26th in the Brick. We get more home basketball, which is pretty fun. So I think maybe 1 or 2 more basketball games before rodeo comes to town, and that all gets torn up. But
It'll be. They will. If we make it to the championship, that game will be, I think, 2 days before you guys start tearing up the Brick for the rodeo.
yeah,
The
Is it
Brick
for the-
staff is probably hating their jobs
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they got to go WNIT, then the powwow, and
Powwow,
then
right,
probably another WNIT game, then the rodeo,
Yeah.
and then hitting concert season.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But yeah, and I've been asked a lot of questions, so I figured I'd touch on this because I actually figured out how it works. But there's no actual seeds in the WNIT. It's money based. So if you're seeded for if you get a bye, but from that point on, it's just the 2 teams that make it. They both schools bid, and then whoever bids higher pays the tournament to have that home.
I'm pretty sure the Cats are putting in everything they got to keep the basketball games at home.
I would hope so because I want to go to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't feel like driving somewhere.
So, news with that. I'll try to push the episode Thursday morning before the game, but guys, show out to the game. It sounds like Sunday's game was packed. There were a lot of people there, but
And
First 300
They-
students get
yep.
guaranteed tickets to Gold Rush.
they just announced
yes,
that.
was their big thing today. So, Gold Rush, and I think they're doing free pizza for the students too. So,
Yeah, we got a teamworks about it.
fun incentives.
That's a big deal because I know those Gold Rush student tickets sell out immediately.
Yeah, so guys, come out to the game. We'll be there. Pack the Brick again. I think they're going to do like a gold out-ish again, but yeah, should be a lot of fun. That's pretty much it for our looking ahead. I'll let Brady talk on high school athletics.
So we kind of talked about it throughout the season, but talking about state basketball, Gallatin boys unfortunately actually didn't win a single game in state. But on the girls' side, we talked about it all season, went completely undefeated regular season, and went through the entire tournament, ended up winning state over Billings West, who is arguably one of the best teams in the state. So they finally got it done. I think it was like the first time in 25 years that a team has gone completely undefeated, 23-0. And Keegan, you were watching the state championship game with me. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, I was going to say you were there, yeah.
Don't leave me out.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. You were
I
there.
was there.
Sorry about that.
Watch your
But
dog.
Jada Davis, who was going to Eastern Washington, she ended up with 23 points, followed by Ave Odegaard, who's going to St. Mary's College with 18, Michaela Coleman with 12, who's going to Carroll. So pretty dominant across the board. I think we won by like 20-something, which was probably the largest spread in a state championship history. But on the other side, boys basketball, it was Missoula, Hellgate, and Billings West, who was the defending 3-time state champion. And OT Thriller, Missoula, Hellgate ended up pulling off the upset with, I think it was like a 3-pointer to essentially get that go-ahead by like 1. So that was the big upset in the state so far. So very exciting, at least for the girls going completely undefeated.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which high school and how did you go to?
I went to Helen High.
You're getting into school this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
That crappy old school.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Helen High.
Actually, I just remembered, also Gallatin girls volleyball went completely undefeated.
They did.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Didn't lose a
Jeez.
single game all
Yeah.
season
We're kicking butt.
and took every single game at state.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So
Gallatin Athletics. We used to go to Gallatin. I mean, we're all Gallatin, but yeah, support Gallatin Athletics.
that's
They're
what we
great.
tell our guests, that
Yes.
if you're coming to Gallatin to be biased.
The people who aren't from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch a crosstown game, cheer for Gal.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting because when Gallatin was a first-year school, we had 0 seniors, and we were horrible. We lost just about every game.
Right.
Crosstown football was a mess. We lost by like 40, and we lost 4 straight years in a row, and then we finally won the last 2. And it's definitely more competitive now that the schools have evened out a little bit. And then, yeah.
Good stuff. High school athletics doing really well. And that'll pretty much, well, I guess we'll have some stuff to talk on in the spring. But moving along. Other Bobcat news, just a couple things to talk about. Like we mentioned earlier, obviously spring rodeo coming up. Buy tickets. You said Friday still had.
I think Friday all days are pretty good. Sunday there's quite a few available in the lower sections.
Saturday sells out.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
Saturday sells out, and then Friday sells out. And more definitely closest to the rodeo.
Yeah.
You can get tickets pretty much up to those days,
Yeah.
but then they sell out. They eventually sell out. We almost sold out Sunday
Really?
last
There
year.
was so many
Yeah.
people there on
Thursday you
Sunday.
can usually
On
always get a
Sundays
ticket.
though, like
Short go.
The matinee perf, yeah.
Yeah, that's my one thing.
Still,
and
no matter
then-
what night you go, it's still a blast.
Even in the
It's
afternoon for sure.
Yep, and then my other thing on here, women's golf, they're getting underway with their spring season, so we'll start kind of digging into, I think they're just finishing up a tournament right now, actually, but we'll dig into that as we continue to move into the spring. Yeah, I know. Yes,
just guess where the ball went.
last couple notes on here. Just kind of some housekeeping. Rockin' T6. You guys haven't seen. We partnered with Rockin' T6 for hats.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so this is our first hat design we're working on.
I like
Should be just about available to the public. We're kind of working through some last minute,
Just getting things here, shipping.
yeah, shipping and all that stuff, but getting here pretty soon. And then I'll do a quick mention about this. We'll dig into it a lot more in next week's show. But we have launched our sponsorship opportunities. So we did a post about it the other day. It's pinned on our Instagram if you want to go check it out. But essentially, we set up tiers. It's monthly for sponsor Bobcat Weekly Podcast. There's incentives to it. Get featured on the podcast, on the Instagram. We'll talk about your business, all that stuff. Dig a lot more into it next week. And then last note on here, I didn't realize this until
This
you
was
guys
just
got here
discovered
tonight.
today.
Yes, every time that I send these to the graphic before
The Instagram graphic.
The Instagram graphic before we put anything out, and he's always my fact check of.
Is it good?
Make sure everything's spelled right, because there's been several times where I spell something wrong, and
I didn't find anything.
he didn't
this
find
week.
anything, so we posted it. And then Brady calls me today at about 4:00, and apparently this episode is airing in February,
Yeah.
not March. So
Well, the way I
Yeah,
caught it
sorry
is I was
about
going to
that.
message you guys about the Q&A to send it to your friends, and I'm looking, like, making sure because that we didn't send it to our next guest. And I'm like, wait, it says February. And I'm like, hold on. That's why I called Aiden, and that's the first mess up that we've posted, so
I think we
It's
posted,
fine.
we posted one more, but we fixed it.
You can play it off as you just messaged us on February 25th.
But
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
we've
we're
been
good.
planning
Let's
this
play it off,
since
yeah.
February.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been in the
It
books.
was the original design.
We'll get it right for the announcement when we put it out later this week.
The
Hopefully.
thumbnail, Yeah.
Hopefully.
That one doesn't have a date on it, so that'll be fine.
yeah. So we got
Week 28.
But if you guys caught any of that, good on you. But we completely missed it. So
If you see stuff like that, feel free to message me, and I like to get it out of it.
yeah, our nice screw ups.
Yes.
Your
We're
graphics were a lot
just a-
better than I could do.
We're just a couple of high schoolers and one graduate trying to do this.
yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, that's about it for stuff I have on here. If you guys have any last shout outs you want to give, any last thoughts?
Yeah, come to the spring rodeo.
Yeah,
You'll have
get your
fun.
tickets.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what we got going on.
Yeah, I guess.
Something that just came across my mind. I don't know if you guys are part of it, but Valley View Rodeo, once the summer gets started, it's called the Bobcat Takeover. You guys going to be part of that this season?
I could be wrong, but I think that we've done that in the past. It's like with Valley View Rodeo. It's called Meet the Bobcats, and we do
Okay.
it at like the
Yeah.
very beginning of the school year.
Yep, right at the end of August.
Mhm,
It's
and
like
it's-
our opener rodeo.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like an opener. Like we just compete against each other. It's just
Okay.
like a little showcase.
A scrimmage.
I don't know if they changed the name to the Bobcats Takeover or if that's something else.
That's how they advertised it last year
Okay.
Oh,
on the
okay.
that might be
Instagram.
something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's just like a little showcase to like kind of meet the new
Okay,
team.
Yeah,
Cool.
thanks to Valley View for that. I won't be on it since I'm graduating. But thanks to Valley View, that's a cool little
Yeah, it's a
program
cool
that
thing
they've
they
got
do.
going on. It makes it nice
definitely.
for the locals to have rodeo close and accessible every Thursday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good plug. I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, well, guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 28 of the Bobcat Weekly Podcast, and thank you to you three ladies for coming on and chatting with us.
Thank you.
for having
Yeah.
us.
Thanks for hooking us up with the hats too. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that was awesome.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I know we laughed a good bit, so I hope it's a good episode for the fans listening. But yeah, check us out on all podcast platforms Amazon, Apple, Spotify. If you listen on Amazon, great. I don't think many people do, but
We
person
know
does.
we know of one.
A family friend. But yeah, we're on YouTube too if you want to actually watch us too. And then obviously Instagram, which most of you guys are on. But yeah, that's about it. We're going to get out of here. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. But we've got
9:45 at night.
Yeah, we've got another episode later this week, another rodeo episode. And then
That one will not be coming out until after next week's episode comes out, though.
yeah, we'll put one out
Just
the
so
week
you
of the
know.
rodeo.
And
So
then
kinda
we got a
schedules.
very special guest coming up right before the rodeo that might be one of our biggest guests
Yes.
on the
Yes.
season
Stay
so far.
tuned
So
for
stay
the
tuned
announcement.
that.
Big stuff in the
I'll
works.
probably post that announcement a couple weeks early.
Yeah. Yep. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Come out to basketball this Thursday. We'll be there, and come support these ladies at the rodeo here in a couple weeks. But yeah, again, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you all the listeners, and as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.